Miles, Champions League. Controversy in Paris. A 98th minute penalty from Kylian Mbappe. Newcastle were probably through with the 1-0. But, there's going to be much debate about that one. Was it handball? Did it deserve a penalty?
Well, I mean, who knows what the handball rule is nowadays? And to be perfectly honest, wasn't VR meant to take away all those contentious decisions?
Meant to.
And it's just got worse.
Yeah.
I think referees on their own, when they made decisions, were actually making better decisions than VAR's making.
Oh, look, give us your attitude towards it again, because I always quote this, actually. It's about the only thing you've ever said I've ever stolen off you, actually, but I actually think it's a really...
Okay. I thought it was the only thing you hadn't stolen off me. But, I mean, you know that the thing is that there's so... I think it creates a worse game. You know, like, for instance, when the ball hits the back of the net, the only thing you ever did was have a quick glance at the linesman, and that was only after you'd already erupted.
Yeah.
Now, no one, the players, no one, you can't, you're just waiting for it to go through this ridiculous rigmarole. Let's go back to halfway. So it takes that passion out of the game. It also takes away the sort of character-building nature of sport. And I don't give a shit about, sorry, rude word, I don't give a monkeys about the fact that, there's lots of money at stake. That's no reason for it to be changed. What, they don't need character building? I think they need more character building at £300,000 a week, turning them into spoiled, entitled brats. You know, so it takes that way. And the fact is, and I said this, I was talking on Twitter last night to my dear friend Psycho, David Cross, former West Ham United player, and he was objecting to VAR. It's football is an art. It's not a science. You know what I mean? So, it's artistic. There's going to be brushstrokes going this way and that way. People will make little mistakes. You know? It's not like, get your slide rule out, your Napier's logarithms, and let's work out exactly what it is. It's more fluid than that. It's a performance. And I think that all the technology ruins it. If I had to keep any, I'd keep the run-outs in cricket.
Yep.
Keep it for run-outs in cricket and goal line technology in football.
Yeah.
And not have it anywhere in rugby.
Oh, I'd have it for foul play, so actual real foul play. Like if somebody stopped...
No, just if you don't get caught doing it, well done. And the thing is,
that's life,
if you don't get caught for doing it, the other people know you've done it, so they can get you back without getting caught the next ruck. So, seriously, it's just too much, it's foul. And what is foul play? I still think of Tom Curry getting bloody suspended for 3 games for a guy dropping on him as he goes to tackle him. It's about 2 inches from the ground, and they just clash heads. And he's gone for 3 games. There was no intent. It wasn't foul play. It's farcical.
Our good old friend, Mr. Telfer, used to sneer down his nose, you and your friend Davis. Remember when he didn't want us to come and play golf in the footer?
He's one of the elite, you see, Brendan.
Right.
And he's another one of those people. Do you remember when we used to walk into the offices at Radio Sport, we all had to bow to him? I know, you curtsied. That's right, you curtsied, didn't you? That's right. But remember we did, because he was like, he's royalty.
Well, 27 or 25 years.
I'll just quickly tell you that the story that a lot of people don't know, you probably know, so I think I've told you before, and you probably used it as yours. But in 1976, when him and Keith Quinn went over to Montreal to cover the
Olympic Games, yeah.
They were going to go over to South Africa afterward. Andy Leslie and his boys were there, and the Africans had boycotted the Olympic Games in Canada because the All Blacks were going over there.
That's right.
So the Canadians weren't fond of the Kiwis at all. They hate them. Said, you've ruined it. All these great middle distance runners from Africa aren't coming here. You're the bastards. Said, do you know what Telfer and Quinn did? They pretended to be Australian.
No.
Now next time you're talking to
I'm going to bring that up. I'm going to bring that up.
Bring it up, mate.
Look, let's talk about the VAR, because the Wolves-Fulham game, again, ended in controversy as well. And you've also got this thing about character building, don't you? About in life actually isn't fair. And you can't actually deconstruct it and go, well, hang on a second. My brother stole my toy before I stole his toy, and he pulled my hair before I did. We'll both go to your bedroom and both bloody sort it out, right?
Yeah, that's the whole point about it. You learn to live with those decisions. And hey, we're allowed, as fans, we're allowed to moan. But if you're actually in the middle of the battle, you either suck it up or you get penalised. And I really want to see more of, and I still don't think they've done it, with the way players talk to referees in football nowadays, they should be off the field.
Should be.
You know, forget lawyers, forget clubs moaning. These are the rules. You must respect the officials. If you don't, like, I was pretty bad. I was quite sarcastic, and I'd give referees stick all the time. But I'd expect to get sent off.
You got sent off in one of the last few games you played, I remember. But no, actually, what was that one where the newspaper came? You got sent off when your son was playing.
I did get sent off. I did get sent off in the game where we played the Auckland women. Remember, we played them out at
Metro.
The Metro, yeah, it was Metro. And the guy who, I was the only person who got sent off, but the guy who sent me off was the guy who owned that dodgy pawn shop down in Gay Road.
That's right. He was our ref. But weren't you on the sideline? I remember you on the front page of the paper, the Dominion, at that stage, wasn't it? Because what happened? Oh,
no, that's a different one. That's when my son got sent off. Playing for Karori against Wellington United. And as he came off, he got booked for moaning at the referee and for giving a penalty, which should never have been a penalty. And when they scored, he said something else. He got sent off. And when he came off, I said to him, "You're a bloody idiot, mate." He said, "Oh, I'm sorry, DJ. I know I lost my rag and blah, blah, blah." I said that. But that was the only correct decision the referee made in the second half. So when he came off, I said, "Ref, what on earth happened to you at half-time?" I said, "That was awful, that second half." Everyone on the sideline was complaining about it from both sides. And he just stepped out of his way and barged into me. And suddenly it was all, I mean, I didn't react to it, but all the people around, my son, I had to drag him back, the Wellington play, it was all on. And then someone rang the police and said the next thing, I'd left. I went into the dressing room to apologise to the referee. He didn't want to have a bar of it. They called the police down. And I'd left the ground with my other kids. We'd gone, and the next thing I'm getting rung up by Jonathan Milmo. I'm in the front page of the Dominion. Holmes rings up TV3. I'm on TV3 doing a reenactment of it on the thing. The police ring me and they say, I tell them a story. I said, yeah, that's basically what we've got. No problem, no further action. But then the guy in charge, the inspector in charge at Kilbirnie Station, rings me again and said, no, it's not down to them. And he gives us this big lecture. And 2 years later, I'm in the pub and this group of guys next to me said, "You're Mars." I said, we're cops. We work down at Kilbirnie Station, mate. What an idiot that boss is that. And they bought me drinks all night.
Well, look, let's get back to the Champions League. Okay, so Man City come back, blah, blah. They went against Leipzig. They're through. Barcelona got through today. Dortmund got through. All the usual suspects. More of it tomorrow. Man United go to Galatasaray. Remember the old welcome to hell signs that happened in the early 90s? Remember those?
I think they've still got them. There was somewhere else the other day that I saw had a similar one like that. And it might have been Olympiacos or someone like that. They might have had a similar sign, but yeah, no, that's a very intimidating. Old captain, so don't muck around.
No, you were betting on Lazio. What the hell was that about? They beat Celtic 2-0.
I had them. I was looking for one sort of in the video. I actually won with City coming back to win. I won $100 on this.
Oh, good work!
On this treble that I put on, but the Lazio was an individual, and I thought I like going for the 2 goals, 5 corners, 2 cards for the opposition. Right. And I thought, who's really crap? Celtic. But I hadn't realised how crap Lazio had been at the weekend. They'd lost to the bottom side. I think in Salernitana, they'd lost to them at the weekend. And for 82 minutes, it was 0-0, and they looked rubbish. And then suddenly, Immobile scores twice in 3 minutes. And thank you very much. Come to daddy.
All right, 2 things I want to ask you about before I leave. One of them is about the puppy, the new puppy. Dawley's on the program in about an hour or so. And he's actually calling...
Give him my love, by the way.
Will.
Give Dawley my love.
He's calling the 10s. Now, there's cricket 10s. Miles, there's T20, there's 100, there's 10s. What are we going to have next, mate? Just the big thrash where you go out there and if you hit a 6, you win the match in 1 ball. Can you believe this? Just so you bowl 2 overs each. That's it. Is there too much of this format in cricket?
Yes. It's just looking for new ways to generate money. It's quite artificial, unfortunately. I think it's taken away from the real game. And yet, you look at Test cricket in recent times, and how many brilliant series have we had?
Yeah, totally, mate. Yeah.
It's like, it's captivating, and for me, it's even enhanced how brilliant it is. Basically, it's the sporting version of tantric sex. Like you go for ages and get multiple ticklings along the way. Not that I know what that's like. I'm more like the 100.
Yeah. Not quite T20. It's all over before that.
No, it's all over for it.
You've got two big beasts, mate. I've just got a little caboodle thing, and he's with work at me at the moment, Presley. How long does it take to toilet train yours?
Olive took a fair bit of time, but you can. Some of them learn within a couple of months, but others can go for 6 months, 8 months, a year. You think that they've turned the corner, and then suddenly you turn the corner and someone's feet. I was out walking the wife's dog this morning, Martha, and this cavoodle and a lab, brown chocolate lab, came in, and they were all joining in playing. And the woman who owned the cavoodle was chatting to the owner of the lab, and the lab came up behind her twice and pissed on her leg.
No.
So just be grateful if your dog's got better habits than that.